The school auditorium fell silent as a decorated general walked onto the stage, medals gleaming beneath the lights. Students straightened up, everyone except Liam Barrett. Liam, a 16-year-old cadet in the school's junior military program, had been laughing just moments earlier, laughing at the tall, quiet man standing near the entrance, a man in a simple uniform, a man who had brought his son to school early that morning. A single father, a tomb guard from Arlington, a sentinel. But Liam didn't know that. He only knew the man looked tired, worn, and nothing like the heroes in the posters on the wall. Probably just a janitor in a costume, Liam had mocked loudly. Students snickered. But when General Rowan spotted the man in the back row, everything changed. "Sentinel Harper, is that you?" the general boomed. Gasps rippled through the auditorium. The janitor straightened. Liam's smirk vanished, and his world was about to tilt on its axis. Just an hour before the assembly, Liam had strutted around the courtyard in his cadet uniform, surrounded by his friends. He loved the attention, loved being the military kid, loved that everyone knew his father had been a decorated soldier until he died in service last year. Liam wore his grief like a shield, and sometimes a weapon. When he spotted Ethan Harper, a shy, quiet boy carrying a worn-out backpack, he saw an easy target. "Hey, what's with that dinosaur bag?" Liam jeered. "It's my dad's gift," Ethan murmured. Liam rolled his eyes. "Your dad? That guy? It looks like he just rolled out of bed. Nice uniform, old man." Students laughed. Ethan's father, Daniel Harper, stood silently, jaw tight, not responding. He simply placed a steady hand on Ethan's shoulder and whispered, "It's okay." But it wasn't, and it wouldn't stay unpunished for long. Back in the auditorium, every student turned as General Rowan walked directly to Daniel Harper. He saluted. Saluted. The entire room froze. "Ladies and gentlemen," the general announced, "you stand in the presence of a man who has performed one of the most sacred duties in our nation, a man who has stood guard at the tomb of the unknown soldier, rain, snow, thunder, one of the few who earned the coveted badge of a sentinel." Murmurs spread like wildfire. Some students looked shocked. Others looked ashamed. And Liam felt his stomach twist. General Rowan continued, "And I am told that someone here mocked him, mocked his service, mocked his son." The room's air grew heavy. Liam felt as if the walls were closing in. His friends glanced away. Nobody backed him now. General Rowan scanned the rows. "Step forward, cadet." Liam rose to his feet, legs trembling. He walked toward the front, the entire school watching. When he stood before the general and Daniel Harper, he couldn't look either of them in the eye. General Rowan spoke firmly, but not unkindly. "You lost your father in service, didn't you?" Liam nodded. "You, of all people, should know what sacrifice looks like," the general said gently. "But pain can turn us hard, or it can teach us compassion." Liam's eyes stung. Daniel Harper finally spoke. His voice was calm, steady, like someone who had stood unmoving for hours in storms. "I don't want an apology for myself," he said. "I've been called worse while guarding the tomb. But you hurt my son, and you dishonored your father's memory by disrespecting another soldier." The words sunk like stones in Liam's chest. He swallowed hard, voice shaking. "I'm sorry, sir." I'm sorry, Ethan. I shouldn't have said any of that. Ethan gave a tiny nod. But the general wasn't finished. Cadet Barrett, starting tomorrow, you will spend 2 weeks training under Sentinel Harper. You will learn discipline, respect, and what it truly means to serve. Liam's jaw dropped. Training with him? Daniel gave a small nod. Very well, I'll do it. The next 2 weeks changed Liam's life. Daniel Harper didn't yell. He didn't humiliate. He simply demanded excellence. Liam woke up at 4 a.m. He learned to polish boots until they reflected light. He learned to march without wavering. But most importantly, he learned stillness. Quiet discipline. Honor through action, not noise. On the final day, Daniel brought him to a memorial wall. This, he said, is where we remember the ones who can't speak for themselves. A tomb guard stands for them. And now you know why respect is not optional. Liam stared at the names etched in stone. He thought of his father. He thought of Daniel Harper. He thought of Ethan. Tears slipped down his cheeks. I understand now, he whispered. Daniel placed a steady hand on his shoulder. You're going to be a good man, Liam. When Liam returned to school, he walked straight to Ethan. Hey, want to hang out at lunch? Ethan smiled shyly. Sure. From that day on, Liam wasn't the loudest cadet anymore, but he was the most respected. Because he had learned from a humble single father and silent sentinel that true strength doesn't shout, it stands.